In a world of rumors and reckless talk, one woman stands for truth. She doesn't speculate. She cross-examines. The courtroom is her kingdom, and justice wears heels.
Order in the court, let the facts be seen. Melissa Jade on the mic, call her crime scene queen. She don't do drama, she don't do lies. Every case get clean when she analyze. Cross that line, she'll object real quick. Logic so tight, it cut like a brick. Beautiful mind with a presence so loud. When she speaks, you can feel the whole room bow, room bow, room bow.
She studies every angle, every word, every lie. And when she speaks, it's not emotion, it's evidence.
No hearsay, just receipts on the table. She don't need fiction, truth's her label. Courtroom lights, blow her heels, click steady. Whole jury leaning like, man, we ready. They talk nonsense, she calls it out clear. Confident, strong, you can feel that in the air. She got the law locked and the facts in sway. Another case closed, the Melissa J. way.
They came with theories, she came with proof. They had opinions, she had the truth. They had no theories, she came with proof. They had opinions, she had the truth.
Beauty don't fade when the brain got bites. She shine like a verdict red late at night. Smart, bold, blow loud and still so graceful. Every sentence sharp and tasteful.
Some say justice is blind, but when Melissa J steps in, justice sees clearly.
Yeah, she walked through lies like a gavel crack. Truth in her voice, ain't no turning back. Debunking myths with a lawyer's flair. She don't chase clout, she builds it there. Applause in the chat, they know her name. Melissa Jade, she don't play games. Beautiful, brilliant, truth unafraid. Bow to the queen of facts, Melissa Jade.
The verdict is in, and the truth has a name. Melissa Jade. Melissa Jade.
Hello, everybody. Hi, hey, you awesome mom of two. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Marie Joey, Kathy Joe, Julie A. Deanna says, oh my God, I'm finally catching you live. Let's go. Welcome. Hey, Sarah Bellum, Harlot, Pointer Lover for 37 months, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Laura Owen says, but my dad is sick. Can't use that as an excuse. Hi, Fashiggles. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Was it wonderful? I hope it was. I've missed all of you. Hi, Peach Joy. So happy to be back. So happy to be starting this next chapter, even though we're kind of moving backwards, but that's okay. I'm so excited to be starting Greg Gillespie because we've been like building to this, and I'm not super familiar with Greg's stuff. And so I'm just so excited to learn with you guys. Hi, Sheeps. Hi, Little D. Jennifer for 10 months. Hi, hello. Hey, Tess. It's lovely seeing you, Pointer Lover. Thank you so much. All right, let's jump right into it. Our missing child for tonight's live stream is Vincent Moore. Vincent has been missing since July 11th, 2015 from Wichita, Kansas. He would be 10 years old currently. Vincent was last seen on July 11th, 2015, and he is considered to be endangered. When Vincent was last seen, a blue and white floral diaper bag was with him, which is heartbreaking. This is a photo of that floral bag. So if you're anyone you know has information on Vincent's whereabouts, please contact the Wichita Police Department at 1316-268-4221. And we've pulled up Vincent's before. It's heartbreaking. Hi, Lisa. I'm not even familiar with the court cases from today. Amy Lynn shows how much I'm out of it. Friendsgiving of the most electric ragtag group of randoms ever. Awesome. Hey, Jessica Rose. And hi, Amy, by the way. So Yeah, if more has happened, if stuff's happened today, I'm not aware of it. Probably because I'm so busy trying to catch up with the past. I'm not familiar with what's even going on right now. So what happened today? Now I'm gonna have to look this up. Hi, Jancy Francis. So happy I caught it live. I've been watching all of your Letitia stock videos and Laura. Aren't they so similar? They're very, very similar. Like there's striking resemblance between both of them. I'm waiting for Amy to answer because I'm curious what happened today. MJ, I know you have cases galore to look at, but if you get a chance, look at the case about Cecile McCrae. He's from Georgia, was arrested for domestic abuse, got out on bail, and then killed her. Dude, there's so many of that happening. Look at even the fact that, like, with the Slender Man case. Oh, hell yeah, she did. She pled not guilty. Of course she did. Of course. This is glorious. I love it. How did I not know this? That's fabulous. It's fabulous because good. Go head on into court. I can't wait for it. Oh, is this for the new 7? Is that okay? Thank you, Christine, for 16 months. Hi, Tony. Hi, Bohohobo. No, not guilty. Not guilty, right? Yes, not guilty. Whew. I love that. She is so cocky still. You would think if a light bulb hadn't gone off already, it would by now. And she would do, because her lawyers should be advising her what's in her best interest. And if she's just really thinking she's going to get it, that's amazing. There were 600 pieces of evidence submitted by prosecution, I heard from Hey Rob. Wow. All 14 indictments have been, combined into one case, and the new hearing is in. No. All right. It makes sense. It makes sense. We figured that they were going to combine them, which obviously would come with an extension. I'm just, you know what? It gives us enough time to catch up, though, because there was no way I was going to be able to catch up everything until, like, with next month being the trial. So, all right, it'll fly by. It'll fly by. I'm just happy that she's actually cocky enough to be doing this. So good. In the meantime, we'll continue and we will educate ourselves on all of this. So today we're covering Greg Gillespie, and I figured let me start with the Victims of Laura Owens page timeline so we could get like an idea of what's going on, because I love this webpage. It's so good. Hey, Neat Noodle. Yeah, plenty of time to catch up and get super familiar. So here we have a photo of Greg Gillespie. So Greg was Laura's victim prior to Clayton. Okay, so we're moving backwards in the victims. Clayton, most recent, as far as I understand, going back is Greg. Okay, complicated. So, yeah, I mean, it's not hard to get the extensions. Especially when if you're combining all those new indictments. Yeah. Hi, Vam. So here we have Greg. Good looking guy. Okay. Let's go through his story. Greg and Laura connected on Bumble and met is Bumble like Tinder? I'm not familiar with Bumble, but I've heard of it before. So they connected on Bumble and met for drinks on 2 consecutive evenings, June 30th and July 1st, 2021. On their second meetup, they engaged in sexual intercourse while using 2 forms of birth control. Oh, gosh. The following evening, Laura attended a group dinner uninvited. Oh, it's brutal. Where Greg observed some troubling behaviors. Yeah, showing up at all uninvited is troubling. It was this evening that Greg concluded he no longer wished to pursue a relationship with Laura Owens. Okay, so June 30th, they meet up after Bumble, right? Meet on Bumble, met for drinks again the next night. That second night, they have intercourse, use 2 forms of birth control. Then the third day, She shows up to a group dinner uninvited. Oh my gosh. So, approximately 2 weeks after their intimate encounter, Laura informed Greg she was pregnant with his child, a claim she subsequently revised to, you bet it, twins. Laura then proposed a dating contract stipulating that they enter into a committed romantic relationship. According to terms, if Greg agreed to an exclusive and intentional relationship with Laura, he would have influence over the outcome of the pregnancy. Are you kidding me? So she didn't learn any lesson after doing this to Greg? Please tell me more. Oh my goodness. Dating contract. Like, it's crazy. Hey, Sarabella. Hey, Bomber. At the end of July, Laura confirmed her pregnancy with, yet again, an HCG urine test conducted at a medical facility. On August 6th, she sent Greg a text containing an ultrasound image that purportedly showed a twin pregnancy. However, Greg soon discovered the ultrasound image had been stolen from a 2014 blog authored by a different woman and confronted Laura with this revelation. The situation quickly escalated, resulting in Laura filing a civil lawsuit against Greg on August 11th, accusing him of abortion coercion, domestic violence, and emotional distress. In April 2024, the stolen 2014 ultrasound was confirmed by the original owner as her own. Shit away. Additionally, it was revealed that Laura had hired a freelancer from Fiverr to alter the ultrasound, evidenced by the presence of a Fiverr logo displayed in the image. Wait, I didn't know what Fiverr was. She hired a freelancer from Fiverr to alter the ultrasound. How do you even, dude, I hope that they subpoena that guy, whoever that freelancer was, for her trial. It'll be a Letitia Stout listening to the polygraph recordings in court moment. So Greg suspected Laura of stalking and harassment, including Laura reaching out to the HR department at his workplace. In response, Greg sought an order of protection, an OOP, against her. However, after 3 unsuccessful attempts to serve the order, it was rendered ineffective. In retaliation, Laura secured an OOP against Greg in November 2021. Hey, Bruce. This is bizarre. I didn't realize that Greg sought an OOP first. I didn't realize that. And he wasn't able to get her served. And then she filed. Wow. Okay. So from January to October 2022, the civil case against Greg continued, with Laura requesting $45,000 in damages. In August 2022, Laura engaged in ex parte communications with the presiding judge, alleging that she had been drugged and sexually assaulted, and claims which she suggested involved Greg and his attorney. These allegations, however, were never substantiated, nor was any evidence provided or verified. Hey, Samantha. Hey, Kelly. In October 2022, the civil case was dismissed. Well, I'm not sure, Tia. Here is Tess right here. She's a mod, so you should be able to see her. Tess, do you see Tia? She says she can't see you. She sees everyone saying hi to you, but she can't see you. Hey, Mikazador. I know I've been coming on a little bit earlier because everything's different in my life right now. So I just get on when I can. And I know it's not always convenient, but I'd rather get on than not get on. You know what I mean? I don't like schadenfreude, and I know I mispronounced that, but it's refreshing to see the truth revealed. She can still write smut dramas from the slammer if she wants. Okay. All right. So in November 2022, Laura extended her fraudulent OOP against Greg for 2 more years. This OOP is up for renewal in November 2024. It is assumed Laura will attempt to have it renewed. So again, this was written in the past. So throughout 2023, Laura reported Greg to the Scottsdale Police Department on multiple occasions, alleging that he had breached the order of protection through online activities. However, investigation revealed no evidence linking Greg to these claims, and we heard those calls. On December 6, 2024, Laura filed for another order of protection against Greg at 10:50 a.m. on January 7, 2025. Greg was served. Greg has been in litigation with Laura Owens for 4 years and has spent approximately $300,000 in court fees. Hey, Gidget, this chick needs to be held accountable. She needs her day. These victims need their day, and she needs her day. Thank you, Jean. MJ, it's clapping this holiday season with that Santa hat. Hope you survived. I did survive Thanksgiving. I still want a fried turkey, though. Like, I hear fried turkey's the way to go, but I've never done it, and I really want a fried turkey. But yes, I had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everyone did. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that. I'm crocheting gingerbread people as I listen, giving them. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, so let's go through the timeline. And this is all I love how I don't want to say juicy because it's, shame on her. These are real victims, but like this is some tea. Okay, so June 30th in 2021, after connecting on Bumble, Laura and Greg have their first date. The next day, July 1st, it's weird how it's always the same time frame, right? Laura and Greg have their second date. They have sexual intercourse and use 2 forms of birth control. The next day, July 2nd, Laura attended a group dinner uninvited. Red flags waved for Greg, and he ended things with her. July 16th, 2 weeks later, after an alleged positive HCG test at One Medical, Laura texts Greg claiming to be pregnant with his child. July 28th, Laura claims via phone conversation with Greg that she has administered the first abortion pill vaginally. You don't administer the first abortion pill. Like, again, so right there, right off the bat, that is medical provider who would administer that. July 29th, Laura claims to have administered the second abortion pill incorrectly. How many ways can you fuck that up, Laura? Just curious. July 31st, Laura allegedly administers another second abortion pill, because she's just stocked right up. However, she claims the termination did not pass as it should. August 1st, Laura alleges her doctor stated the abortion had failed and development of the fetus may have stopped, though he could not be sure. August 1st to 2nd, Laura makes multiple attempts to contact Greg, though he has blocked her phone number and email addresses, as well as her social media profiles. August 4th, Laura told Greg she would take a second set of abortion pills. However, Laura backed out, making excuses for her decision. August 5th, Laura visited Greg's house uninvited and waited outside his front door for over an hour. Greg observed Laura swallow the first alleged abortion pill. You did not watch her swallow any, because again, the first of 2 abortion pills is not something you ever go home with. They have to administer it, and then you could go home with the second. It's not something they ever let anyone just walk right out of the office with, because you could hand it to someone else. So here's Laura just chilling outside of Greg's house. Like, who does that? Usually it is orally. I don't want to say it could never be vaginally because I'm not sure if it could ever be vaginally, but usually it's orally. August 6th, Laura calls Greg and discussed her alleged ultrasound. Laura states she is pregnant with twins and that one has a facial birth defect. Oh no. Due to the abortion pills. Yo, this stuff is so messed up because it's so interesting how liars overcompensate, right? And it's so fascinating to me that they don't need to lie to the level that they lie, right? But someone like this, someone like Letitia, someone like Laura, they go so far over the top with their lies, right? Not that I'm just pregnant, not that there's not only 2 babies, now twins, not that the abortion pills failed, but now due to those abortion pills, one of these babies have a face defect. Like, you don't need to go that far. A normal basic lie would have just done just fine. So she also texts Greg an image of an alleged ultrasound, a fact she later commits perjury refuting at court. It's later discovered that the ultrasound sent by Laura is identical to a sonogram from a 2014 blog post. Greg texts Laura the blog post link. So let's see what these are, okay? She also texts Greg an image of the ultrasound. Oh, no. Oh, it's so juicy. Okay. So here are the texts. Here's her. Oh, no. Sorry. Here's this image, and you can see Laura Owens, gestational age 5 weeks, 0 days. Family Planning Associates, August 6, 2021. First trimester. Okay. Looks like God. Looks like you're going to be a dad to 1 or 2 babies. Was sick enough to go to the clinic this morning and had to get an ultrasound to make sure I wasn't having an ectopic pregnancy. I wasn't. I found that I've been pregnant with twins. Looks like one of them passed or isn't doing well, probably because of the medicine I took. I had the option of a surgical abortion and elected not to. If I'm going through with this on my own, I will let God decide if he wants both, one or none, to be born. And if the kids would deserve to know their father's side of the family. I'm giving you one more shot to admit you were overwhelmed and panicked and apologized. Otherwise, you are not getting any input going forward. Your behavior is appalling, coercing me to get an abortion for your own personal agenda, and I will escalate this if I don't hear back from you. I talked to a lawyer, Greg, who told me I can have a court order to establish paternity at 8 weeks and get child support from that point on, which is 25% of your income, even if you're making less than me. Pause. This is where she she had already looked into this with Greg, and that's why she ended up going through with it with Clayton. And notice how she said 25%, because that would be for 2 kids. So you think threatening a guy with 25% of his income is going to make him what? Be in a relationship with you? This is terrifying. You would not get custody given all you have written about aborting the pregnancy. That's not true. If you also had manipulated me to take abortion pills that resulted in the deformity or death of the second fetus, I would also pursue any and all legal action for that. If you are going to stick with manipulation, lies, and ghosting, you are not who I thought you were and would deserve it. Oh my God. I still want to believe that you're the guy who wanted a fresh start with me and to go to Sedona on a trip that you told me to book a hotel for. I told you early on that you didn't need to be with me and that I would make the decision on my own with my own timeline. But you insisted that you wanted to be with me and do this the right way in the future, which I believed. This is your last chance to show me that you weren't coercing me to have an abortion. Oh my God. Under false pretenses. I would have had the surgical abortion today if you were supporting me. I still would if you still intended to keep your word. I don't hear from you, I am going to go forward with the lawyer. Here's what I did. I made an appointment for the surgical abortion as well as one with the attorney to go over specifics. So let me know which one you want me to cancel. I guess you're right that I don't know who you are. So show me. I never. Sorry, it's so Letitia Christine, it's scary. It is I have no words to describe that there are people like this. There are people like this, and it's terrifying. For a lady who wants to be a mom more than anything, she sure has had a rough 10 years of never having any real babies. It's just so peculiar to me. I think the part that makes me most curious is if she really wanted to just like actually get pregnant, she probably could very easily, you know? But I think it's more interesting to me that, like, instead of actually trapping a guy with pregnancy, which, let me be clear, I do not agree with at all, nor am I suggesting, I'm just surprised that she would choose, instead of deliberately getting pregnant, that she would choose, I'm going to fabricate these pregnancies and kill them off and just hope that they stay with me, which indicates to me that she really doesn't want kids. Yeah, she doesn't want kids. Yeah, she doesn't want a baby. She wants a man. Exactly. So Greg responds, you're going to birth a baby with birth defects? You took pills. I won't know until later on what the issue would be, if any. So what do you want to do? It clearly affected at least one, considering how small it is. Greg says, it's one baby. Laura zooms into this fabricated sonogram and shows like the second sack. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where am I? Timeline. Okay. Now let me see.
Aren't you excited?
Now we've gone over this already, but we're going over it again.
This is what I've always wanted, kids. My mom was a twin also, so I always knew that I had the gene.
I have the gene. Don't.
No, I do. My mom's a twin.
Okay.
Oh, she is. So in that picture, the baby looks about 5 weeks and 4 days old. And that's
5 weeks and 4 days. I estimated that. That's not what they, Greg, that's not
Wait,
at
what?
all.
No, I said
scientific.
no, the baby's about 5 weeks and 4 days. You didn't say that. It's not in the text. I'm just telling you, it looks like it's about 5 weeks and 4 days
What does
old.
that even mean?
That's exactly the day that we did it. So like, this is
5 weeks and 4 days. It says 5. I think it was 5 weeks. What are you talking about?
It says 5 weeks. Yeah, that's right when we did.
I estimated the date. What are you talking about?
Oh, you estimated the date.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it on there.
I estimated. They ask you when you think you got pregnant.
Oh.
No. They ask you when the first day of your last menstrual period was.
Okay.
Oh, it's so awful.
Okay, so what were you trying to do other than be sarcastic?
Nothing. I'm just excited we're going to have a kid.
What?
God, it's brutal.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say?
What do you mean?
Because you're obviously not excited. So what
So your pills didn't work?
I didn't say my pills didn't work. I got an ultrasound today.
I know, but they didn't work.
Did you not see that the other thing is like the tiniest thing you've ever seen? It clearly stopped the growth in that.
Wait, what thing? That's not a child. There's no twins in this picture.
Yeah, there are. Do you want me to zoom in on it for you?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no twins in this photo.
Yeah, there is.
Where? I don't know. I know how to read ultrasounds. This is a single baby.
You know how to read ultrasounds?
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you go down here, I'll just screenshot it for you.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's getting pissed. Yeah, one of them has a facial defect from those pills you coerced me into taking.
So what? You want me to? Do you think that? You want me to tell you I made a mistake, and you want me to? What did you say?
Well, you clearly were never planning to see me again.
Wait, you want me to stop and tell you? Let's go see the lawyer together.
Call on her
What?
bluff.
Let's go to the lawyer together. We'll talk to the lawyer.
That's what you would like to do?
Yeah.
You don't want to do, so you were just totally bullshitting
Wait,
me
so
then?
you want to have a surgical? Oh, wait, you want to have a? Wait, I'm just reading still. You want to have an abortion, a surgical abortion?
That's what I thought you wanted.
So you want to go have a surgical abortion?
That was what I thought you wanted.
But he coerced you, right?
Greg, I'm serious that I would do a paternity test at 8 weeks. I'm not kidding you.
That's cool.
I don't deserve this. I deserve you to keep your.
So wait, why didn't you answer the question about the photo online?
I did. What did you want me to say?
Why is it your photo?
It's not my photo.
Why not? You don't wait. Didn't you find it peculiar how similar?
Peculiar? I love that.
No, I don't find anything peculiar with an ultrasound photo. They all look the same.
They do?
All ultrasounds look virtually the same. I don't find anything weird with that.
You have experience in this?
With ultrasound?
Yeah.
I've had pregnant friends before.
Do you have any currently?
Yeah, why?
Who?
Well, it's my sister's friend who's supposed to be in her wedding, but she's
Hey,
due any
Pat.
day now.
Oh, that's cool.
Why?
Well, does she live in Phoenix?
No, she lives in San Francisco. Why?
Oh.
Why?
So you got pregnancy friends.
Pregnancy friend.
It's not even a friend. It's my sister. Okay.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm sorry. I'm loving. Oh God, it's so brutally good. Okay. So let me see. That sonogram is identical. Let me see. What is this? Is there exhibits? Yeah. Okay. Here's those messages again. Exhibit B. Oh, they Google Lensed it. Sorry, my spawn just taught me what a Google Lens was, which is pretty pathetic, but I didn't know how to Google Lens something. So, okay, August 6, 2021, Laura Owens, okay. Google Lens, top match. I still believe vanishing. Girl. Okay. These are the rest of the court documents, which we're going to go through, but. Greg, text Laura the blog post link. Okay. Okay. I haven't had any bleeding yet. I am feeling so sick from these pills. This is so traumatic knowing what is going on right now in my body. I am so sad right now. Do you understand how awful this is for me right now? This is worse than the first pill. To know I am going to physically lose the baby. Did I make a huge mistake, or are we actually going to end up together? I hate this, and this is only worth it if we end up working out. I'm so nervous about everything. This isn't even hard for you. And then, 5 days later, video of his house. And then up the blog post. Oh, that's her anything. Look at the dog. Look at the dog. Look at the dog looking at her inside his house. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh because it is so dangerous, so inappropriate. Let me be clear. My laughter is a coping mechanism, but that is crazy. That is crazy. Look at the dog looking at her stalking, standing outside of his house. That is some crazy ass shit. That is some crazy ass shit. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So then he also sends her the link of, the sonogram that you said is yours, right? I found it here. So then what does she text back? Oh my God, we will not know. We will not know because we don't get it yet. Oh, I need to know what she says back. All right. So August 6th, Greg again blocks Laura's phone number, her email address, and social media. August 11th, Laura files a civil lawsuit against Greg, alleging abortion coercion, domestic violence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Oh my God, I need to read this complaint. Okay. This is nuts. Yeah, dogs know crazy. All right, so here it is, Laura. So her claim arises from a tort. Greg owes a sum of $45,000. Greg owes the plaintiff this amount because the plaintiff became pregnant with the defendant's child on either June. What? It's not even filled out correctly. Plaintiff became pregnant on her second date with defendant on around June 30th, 2021, after only 2 dates. Plaintiff informed defendant of the pregnancy and he denied it, after which he forced plaintiff to have multiple pregnancy tests and a doctor's appointment. Greg finally learned the pregnancy was real. Greg employed false promises and verbal and emotional abuse to coerce Laura into getting an abortion. Guess what? A guy can promise you the fucking world. That's not illegal. That would just make him a piece of shit, right? But that's on you to believe it. You can't. How the hell was this brought in front of a judge and said, hey, I was promised he would date me if I killed off our child, and he didn't stick to his word? Why was this ever entertained? Once Greg finally learned the pregnancy was real, Greg employed false promises and verbal and emotional abuse to coerce Laura into getting an abortion. Upon Laura's first attempt to terminate the pregnancy, Greg blocked Laura from all communication. He's allowed to. During this entire time, when Laura informed Greg of her failed attempt at termination, Greg again employed false promises and verbal and emotional abuse to coerce Laura again. During this entire time, Laura clearly expressed her desire to not terminate the pregnancy. See attachment for more. Okay. So if a person is convicted of an offense involving DV and the victim was pregnant at the time of the commission of the offense, at the time of the sentencing, the court shall take into consideration the fact that the victim was pregnant and may increase the sentence. Wow. Oh my gosh. She went pro se? She was originally pro se. Okay. So what did she provide? Let's see. July 16, 2021, from One Medical, Laura Owens, to whom it may concern. Patient was evaluated in the office today and was determined to be in early stages of pregnancy. Patient was on seizure medication that decreased the effectiveness the effectiveness of her oral contraceptives. Please contact our office for any further questions. Sincerely, John Jones. Yeah. John Jones. I cannot wait for trial and all of this to come out. These are 100% fabricated because also, why would your provider write that? Hi, Harlot. Why would your provider ever write that? For what reason? Okay. They wouldn't. But who's John Jones? I mean, I guess they could have a name like that, but come on. So then she provided another One Medical procedure performed at One Medical. John Jones, DO. So July 16th, 2021, Laura goes by Laura. Urine pregnancy test. Amenorrhea. Result 2 lines positive. Thank you. John Jones. Notes and records from Miss Owens' visit to One Medical. We need to get our lives back and healthy, and then we can get to know our true selves. This is damaging both of us severely with every hour that continues to pass. I know I like you very much when this wasn't on our minds and over our heads. I know that it is damaging each of us. I want this to be over with. Do you? Can we take care of it this week and try for this weekend? The timing is perfect. I don't want to go into the week next week with this on our minds any longer. I should be almost healthy. This will be behind us. Hopefully have a nice weekend going into the week and we can get back to being ourselves. I promise this to you. I will support you after this. I will grow with you to know our real selves and we can begin our relationship in the right foot. I need the same from you to see that you support what I'm trying to do here also. Get back to healthy. I'm sorry. Did this really work? Wait, hold on. Sorry, I needed to check on my red velvet cake. Did this work? Did this work? Because again, you're allowed to not date someone. You're allowed to date someone. You're allowed to lie to them, like to an extent, like as far as, all right, welcome to majority of the guys on the dating scene promising you something that they're not going to follow through to do. Okay. Like, what does this mean? Yes. Yes to what? I can't talk right now. I said yes to your last message. Also, are you coming over later? I would rather take the pills tonight so that you can take 24 hours later and be better before we go to Sedona on Sunday. You shouldn't prolong that. You can come over to my house. I'm feeling good. No coughing today. Yes, I'm coming over. I don't want to be sick in the morning for the trial. I would definitely be fine by Sunday if I did that. It made me very nauseous last time, but I have anti-nausea medicine. I think that will be fine to take them. Will you take the pills tonight? I don't want to have a baby this way. That would mean you can take the others tomorrow and Friday. And by the weekend, I will be hopefully 100%. This will be past us and we could go and plan to be to Sedona by Sunday. I have PTO also. If you can get off work, we can go Sunday, Monday. I need to relax after all of this. I know you do also. And I can't with everything going on. This should have been completed this time last week. Neither of us has handled it very well. I'm sorry I got upset. I'm sorry I blocked you. I'm sorry I am sick and I can't be myself at the moment. I promised you we would continue to see one another, assuming you want to, grow with each other, use this as a reason to be stronger and build a foundation. We moved way too fast. I said this then and I say it now. We need to get to know one another and not on this stressor. Neither one of us had been ourselves, and there's no chance we will be until this is beyond us. I want to get to know you, not this version that no normal couple would have to face. We haven't handled it well until now, and we won't until this is behind us. We are human. We have feelings, and this stressed us to the max. I want to do everything I can to move past, heal, get to know one another under normal circumstances. We wanted to take care of this weeks ago. So Text messages from Greg expressing his desire to have a relationship after Miss Owens would have an abortion from the week of August 4th. Is that not allowed? Like, sorry. I am not aware. What if he did mean it and then quickly changed his mind after her crazy became very obvious? Like, she had the choice. Her body, her choice. She had the choice whether or not to go through with it. Just because he promised her the fucking world, which he didn't, but still. What does that mean? You know how selfish it is to have an abortion just so, well, if I could date you, that's only what it'll be worth it. Fuck you. Hey, so there's that. Yep, for sure. Hi, Laura Owens. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that was the last time I was live. That wasn't Laura, to be fair. That was not Laura who hit my last stream. Anytime you play copyrighted content, your stream will get suspended. Like certain copyrighted content, your stream could get suspended until you stop playing it. And I did. There was only like a minute left, and I finished it out before I even realized it was suspended. And I sat there for like 5 minutes, and it didn't go back up. So I was like, fuck it. And I went over to Patreon. So that was not Laura. We could still blame Laura, but it wasn't Laura. Okay. I had made my decision, and I have been totally prepared to do exactly what we discussed today. I will not relive one moment of this. Is that clear? I will not discuss this one more minute. If you bring it up and show hesitation, I'm calling the cops or not. Your choice. I'm not hesitating. You've been dragging for 20 days, wasting our time. You've called me a bitch and a liar, etc. And I'm still saying I'll keep my promise. Aren't we doing an abortion? Or are you that greedy woman you are? I'm so confused. I have not a fucking day in the matter. If I don't get a say, then you don't get money from me. I'm confused too. You are holding me hostage over a bastard child. You do get a say. It's pathetic. Yeah, I said end the life of an unwanted, not created out of love child who doesn't have a heartbeat, which you can still have. And let us live our fucking lives, which right now you are ruining. That really doesn't seem right to do. Pretty fucking clear. Neither is this. Take the fucking pills, Laura, and stop threatening me and lying. I think you're the one threatening me here. Great. You could block me. Your choice not to. I thought you wanted an abortion. I don't get it. Haven't threatened you with one thing. And don't have to commit mortal sin. Aren't we doing an abortion, or are you that greedy? Hold on. It's repetitive. 1 second. Did you see what the church says about abortion? She's freaking not the church. Yeah, I'm serious. I don't give a fuck. I would keep my promise to you. Church is a belief, one belief. You already lied to me on many fronts. I will never believe you. Then why do you care about a bastard child? I have changed my mind because I have felt tortured on this. Until you fucking prove it with actions, you're all talk. Immature child. I would take them for you. Wow, I was going to do that. I am ready to do that. No, no, no. You wanted to make me a dad and put me in the hook for an unwanted, not going to say it, bastard. I don't deserve this. Try being a woman having an unplanned pregnancy at 31 and you feel the guilt. Have fun living the single parent life. No, I do like you and I want you. I want to have the abortion and keep my promise. No, you don't. This could be so easy. Yes, I do. Then prove it and stop putting me through this. I had made my decision and have been totally prepared to do exactly what we discussed today. Okay, I'm not going to shame him because Lord only knows what she had been doing for the last 20 days. We've read the messages. We see if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm literally going to take 25% of your check. I'm going to go file with court. I'm going to go take this action out of you. So I give him the room to snap because it's not like he was just turning around and speaking like this the moment she said I'm pregnant. It's the weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of buildup of, oh, I took the bills. Now I didn't. And you're not giving him any room for that emotional stress either, okay? I've took the pills expecting this to be done, and it's not done, and now they have a deformed face, and now there's two, and this and that. Again, I don't like all the things he said, but I can understand why he was snapping at this point. Back to the matter at hand. Are you going to take care of this? I've already agreed to what you've asked for. I need the same respect in return. If I'm going to give up the kid for no reason in my mind other than I am being selfish, I have high expectations for us as a couple to make this right someday. Don't think I'm crazy for that. I'm sorry. I don't enter into a relationship lightly. I actually do like you and care about you. Yes, I've been level 100 needy and annoying this week. But besides that, I thought we were heading towards something. Once I make up my mind, I promise you I will not look back. So please don't get upset with me for questions. Then make up your mind and don't look back. I have. Be an adult. Stop going in circles and stop making our hearts beat out of our chest. I'm just saying, you're acting obsessed with me taking the pills and not with me as like a person. Don't have me come over and pretend to like me or want something with me if you don't feel it. That would make it harder on me. Okay, so you're not coming over? Oh, God, I wasn't. And I asked you to come over if you didn't want to be alone doing it because you asked that. So what's changed? I'm coming over. Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm not being manipulative. You are. No abortion. You are in abortion. I'm asking for guidance. Though I want to get to know you, it doesn't mean that I already do. I don't want to fight with you. I have said the same thing all along. We will date and be together. I have not changed my mind. You blocked me the second you found out I took the pills. Sorry. I was updating you on what was going on, checking on how you were doing, etc. And you had no interest in me. I don't deserve this. Okay. You could be taking the pills, starting the process, none of which you're offering to do. I'm not at all. I will do them with you tonight. I am happy to anytime. It shows clearly that you don't want to. So keep the effing child and enjoy single parent life with a bastard. What the fuck? Reread it. It's pretty clear. It's repetitive. That's why I'm just reading. Take the pills and maybe tomorrow we can do it instead. I'm way too worked up and upset and embarrassed and stressed and tired. How would that be a good situation for you or I? You are fine. This is very stressful. I get it. How would we what? I still want exactly what you wrote this morning. I don't believe you. Nothing has changed. We have both been crazy. If you did, you would just take care of your part so we can move forward. She was holding this pregnancy. Hey, KV. She was holding the pregnancy over his head and just using it to fucking manipulate. I'm sorry, they're a little all over the place, but these are the exhibits in the complaint. I have offered to take the pills, and maybe he said what I need, and you claimed to want to help, and yet here we are. I said what would help. Nothing else would help right now. That's the only thing on my mind. That's the only thing that led us here. I will do that because I care about you, and I have been crazy too. And I have stated clearly what I want, and I could help, which I will do. No, I don't think you like me, especially now. Why would you? When this is over us, I don't want to fight with you about this, but my decision to stop our baby's life isn't half in, half out, and therefore you shouldn't be that way with me. What does that mean? I'm not going to explore things for a short amount of time and then regret making this decision for the rest of my life. Stop saying our baby. We are not having a child under these pretenses. It's yours just as much as it's mine. I want nothing to do with this. Well, I don't want to fight with you. Who's fighting? This is fighting? I'm telling you, I want nothing to do with this. With this child? I will see you. I want nothing to do with this child. I'm dead serious about the novel I sent about number 2. If we end this debate now, I want to be in a serious relationship, heading towards having a baby the right way and redoing this. Okay, fine. Do it, and we will do it the right way. You've been very clear with me that you don't feel much towards me. I still don't see it. Listen, I still don't think this is coercion. Like he could promise you the world. Okay, you still had that decision. You still had that decision. Take the pills and maybe tomorrow we can do it instead. Okay, here. Sorry, it's repetitive. Take the pills correctly. Nothing has changed. Again, you blocked me, so I don't trust you. Would have been no issue otherwise. You're not acting like someone who wants to be with me. And I had told you I was doing this because I knew immediately I would fall for you. I care about you so much. I already said why, and now you're stressing me out more. So please get them. I'm going to rest. We can talk tonight. Please unblock me on social media if you mean it. You know that a majority sore spot for me and why it is. But yeah, get some rest. The drugs do not interact well for people with epilepsy, so it may decide to do a surgical in a week or two like you wanted originally. I hadn't told the doctor with my choice that I had epilepsy and was on medicine for it because I was worried that she wouldn't prescribe the pills. Then don't take the epilepsy medicine. I will have seizures. I will figure things out. And why would you change your mind about going into this? You said you wouldn't do that. No, I won't. I've been crazy too. It's been a stressful situation. I don't hate you at all. I wouldn't take the pills if I did. I still want you if you want me. I already had booked Sedona, lol. Did you take them? I am feeding the horses, but I'm going to go in and take them. The first, absolutely, keep my promise. Are you keeping yours from earlier, or did you mean what you said tonight? That I feel like I'm stressed and this has gone entirely on too long? Yeah, I meant that. I want this behind us. You are? So you go back and forth and change your mind more than anyone I know. Oh, and your word, I haven't changed mine once. And you're asking me about trust? Interesting. Good to know. So many false narratives. It's very peculiar. You blocked me everywhere, Greg. And sorry, this is so all over the place and they're very cherry picked. You blocked me everywhere, Greg. You had no intention of ever speaking to me or seeing me. As I've said over and over, I don't get why you would choose to block me everywhere after you knew I took the pills and not before. You had no concern for how I was feeling or anything. I think if you're going to be gone either way, I should proceed with it. I have tried every way to figure out how to trust you, that you would be there, and I can't, even though I wish more than anything that I could. Hey, I'm not ignoring you. I've been working all day. I have a team dinner tonight that I'm going to. Doctor says I'm not contagious now, and I have not had a fever, but I'm very fatigued, just working at home all day. Well, if you're not contagious, we can see each other. That's great. We can do that before I say for sure that I'm keeping it, but right now, I am. I really would like an answer to the trust question. Keeping what? The baby? You are? So you go back and forth and change your mind more than anyone I know. Oh, and your word? I haven't changed mine once. I'm working right now, dinner at 7. Also, I am not contributing to any child you have as well. Aren't having a baby unless it's the right way. This is not that. You are also the breadwinner. In fact, I believe you would owe me child support if I decide I want half custody. So you need to reconsider your wants and needs here. I want to start a relationship on the right foot, and this is not it. Having a bastard child. You already made the decision and promise. You also did not want me involved if you decided not to follow through, which you have. Woo! Oh, she cherry picked the shit out of these. These make no sense at all. Like you could tell majority of the context is missing. Hey, 99 problems. I'm surprised they allowed this with the rule of completeness, but an objection would have had to been made. Hold on. Let me take a sip. Water. They do sound a lot like Tisha Tex. My cake is done. I have to take that out of the oven. Okay. I was going to take the second pills last night before I realized what you'd done, as in you blocked me. This pregnancy and abortion thing has made me feel like the worst person ever. And then to find out that you actually wanted to block me from your life after you knew what I did for you, I'm not changing my mind until we spend time together. You might not want to be with me afterwards. I need to figure this out before I get an ultrasound because I would like to avoid a heartbeat altogether. You already have changed your mind. No, I didn't. What's to say that I should believe you? I'm done playing games with you. I won't change my mind. Yeah, me too. I never did. I want to be happy. You blocked me, though. I will never forget that. And we can do the abortion if we get along and can move past this. You have been emotional, not calm, changed your mind, made threats, came to my house while I was asleep. That's how I felt. I don't have time to argue. Threats to continue a pregnancy within my own body are not threats to you. I came only to see if you were okay. I don't either. I'm getting ready. I want to see you and forget this. I wish. We can do the pills this week if we could just move on. But you're making it much more difficult than that needs to be. I swear to God. I don't want to hear that. I just want to take care of it and move past this. I'm not doing it without spending time together after this past weekend, which you have yet to take control of and do. Instead, all of this nonsense heckling for what? That would be stupid of me. It shouldn't be that hard for you to see me if you really want to be with me. I am stressed to the max, and I will be until this is done. The last thing in the world I want is for you to lose your job. Lose his job. Like, I think you're incredible and an amazing salesman from what I know. I wouldn't want to be with you if I didn't think you were as committed to being successful as and aspirational as me. I have not been myself. Neither have you. And I have to trust that in you. And I have. I need the same from you. I want to make you better. Oh, she said the same thing with Clayton, man. I can't afford to miss any more work, Laura. I can't afford it. That's what I want in a partner too. Thank you. So let's take care of this tonight. Why can't you sleep in the same bed with me tonight if that's what I need? That's fine. Wow. But he was coercing her. This is totally Tisha. You need to sleep in the same bed as me. But he was so horrible, right? Because I'm trusting you and you promised you would do this. Yet you've taken your word back. And I'm here and I have not taken my word back. I am not taking my word back. You took it back by doing what you did with blocking me and not giving a shit about how I was feeling mentally and physically. So you didn't accept my apology like you said you did. And now you're revisiting all of this while we already discussed and decided to move forward because it was best. And you want to text nonstop again today, though I've explained many times that we don't have the time for this. You have driven me nuts with the circles and harassing. You are a terrible person. Oh my God, are you serious? You can enjoy your bastard child and all your money in your own. Did you see what the church says about abortion? Yeah, I'm serious. I don't give a fuck. I would keep my promise to you. Church is a belief. Why is she uploading multiple of the same? And this is exhibits. These are horrible. I can't speak another word about this. I need to work. I need to get my life back, and you won't let me. We can have this done. I wanted to tonight. Then fucking do it. I made a promise to the guy who sent me those messages above, who was clearly not who you are right now. I am not going back on that promise I made to who you seem to be. You're the one changing your mind. Stop fucking saying it and do it. I can't take this. You've pushed me. I can be over by 8 and do it. What the fuck is wrong? You. That's what's wrong. I am keeping my cool here. You. Telling me I'm responsible for a bastard child. You. I don't think you'd be proud of these texts another day. Yeah, first time. You only are because I'm not. Now you know how the fuck it feels. Thanks for nothing the last 20 days other than sickness and stress. I have felt the same way going through this. Wish the roles had been reversed. You should have taken care of it the fucking moment you found out and never told me. Selfish. And move on. You don't need a dime and you know it. So leave me out of your decision to keep a bastard. I don't want to keep it. Oh, you don't want to keep it, Laura. If you want to keep it, then be an adult and take the responsibility yourself. The government does not think that way about child support, but that's stupid anyway. Oh, well, first of all, if he wants to give up his rights, he's allowed to give up his rights. If he genuinely did not want to have a kid. And no, you can't hook him for child support if he gave up his parental rights. The government doesn't think that way about child support, but that's stupid anyway. Oh, I want to keep my promise to who you were this morning. That's all I want. What about the millions of dollars you have versus my debt? How will they view that? I don't have millions. No, it's a promise you made weeks ago, yet you retracted many times. And my money is separate from my parents. I don't get a cent from my dad, it says, but it's dad. Text messages from Greg coercing Laura into an abortion. Back to the matter at hand. Are you going to take care of this? I've already agreed to what you've asked for. I need the same respect in return. If I am giving up a kid for no reason in my mind other than I am being selfish, I have high expectations for us as a couple to make this right someday. Don't think I'm crazy for that. I'm sorry, I don't enter into a relationship lightly. I actually do like you and care about you. Yes, I've been level 180. She repeats these same things. Yeah, we read this already. I am hoping I can trust that if it happened under our circumstances, it can happen if we are doing it the right way. Do not tell me you want a relationship with me unless you are sure here. And don't tell me you want me because you feel pressured, or ever hold it over my head that you were only with me because you wanted me to get an abortion, because that's not fair to either one of us. Go out with hot girls. Find someone else. Great. I don't think we're strangers considering we felt enough chemistry to have sex when that's something neither of us do. I felt that best friend lover vibe with you, and I need to know if you feel that for me. If you were basing this on everything up until now and knew I was definitely not going to go through with the pregnancy, would I be the girl you would want to be in a relationship with and be crazy about? Or would you still want to look around? Please, please, please be honest. And then I will give you an answer in my next message. I just want to know without any expectations from me, or I will always wonder if you resent me. I am not going to answer your question in the morning. I am going to answer your question in the morning. I need to gather my thoughts. It sounds like you have it. I do. The short answer is yes. But since you won't allow me to gather myself to express myself, the answer is yes. Okay, these are just a mess. I was trying to make a decision today like you wanted, but please gather your thoughts. Yeah, and I told you that my sister is the only family I have, so her wedding is really important. I was thinking I was going to have to tell her that I wasn't going to have you as a date after I had already told her, and she was making a place card under your name. Would have been really embarrassing to explain that you had ghosted me. If you're into it for the long haul, I would think you would want to go. I believe you. Don't bail on me after I do this and then on the wedding, because that would be awful. Clearly, why do you feel the need to say something like this? I'm not being manipulative. You are out. No abortion. You are in abortion. I'm asking for guidance. Oh my God, it's all the same. I just let you know what I want to do this. You're questioning again. I just said everything I can say and shared my feelings. I'm asking you how I can trust you. You don't want the kid anymore. Then you want to be with a stranger. You've already proven you would leave, so why wouldn't you this time? This whole thing is really up to you. You didn't do what you promised before. I want to believe you. I was excited to be with you, and I still want to be. It really felt like you were being extremely selfish and not like you understood what I was doing for a gut feeling I had for you. because I'm trusting you and you promised you would do this, yet you've taken your word back and I'm here and I have not taken my word back. Why does she just keep repeating the same? We read these. I said, I'm not raising a baby with you. You asked, and I responded option 2. Why are we going in circles? I gave you my answer. It has not changed and will not change. Option 1 did not include you having to lift a finger for it. I didn't mention you raising a baby with me either. I felt I wrote more of what my expectations were in 2 there, and for me, that isn't going in circles. I don't want a bastard child. I'm sorry if this was the biggest decision of our lives and I want clarity. It is, and I made it. You are pushing me away acting like this. You're going in circles. I answered your question, then more questions, more requests. I made a decision. You wanted to know. I let you know what the decision is. If I'm already pushing you away, that doesn't really make me feel too confident about a future. I'm trying to get the information and comfort. I need to make the call to do this, and it's different than what you need. I did want you to be. So rather than sit here and text me nonstop all day long about threats, I wanted you. That's still what I want. But if you're out either way, I'll do the right thing. You should consider the seriousness of what you're doing. Keeping a child in a home with one parent, a bastard child that isn't wanted, plus you're giving me an ultimatum, the right thing? Morally, not for me. Keeping a child that you have admitted to wanting to abort, I want nothing to do with that. I wanted to abort it to be with you. I want a kid that we decide to conceive together. I have shared and shared and shared that I want to date you, not this version of us. So take care of it and let's move forward. I'm not going to be made to convince someone of anything. Either you accept this or you don't. So let me know. I don't want a child on my own. It probably sounds crazy considering only 4 dates together, but I can see us having a kid in a few years. I felt something so special with you. Okay, then you have your answer. Can we move forward? But I'm afraid that you're saying that pushed you away last time and made you ghost me. I want to ease your stress and move forward for both of our sake. Greg, if you don't feel that way, don't ask me to do this. I just let you know what I want to do this. You're questioning again because you asked that. So what's changed? I'm coming over. I'm saying you don't exactly seem like you're looking forward to seeing me. I told you what was best for me to take them, and you're empathetic about me taking them. And then not even spending the time together until Sunday. And I'm doing them. I told you that. You acted like I hadn't given you an out while saying I would still do the abortion. Here's your out. Don't be shy with me out of pity. This is an out? How is this an out, having a bastard child and being the parent to the child? You texted out? Your text is an out? Sorry, I'm not trying to read these horribly. They are just like horribly, and all over the place. And hello, everyone. This is just a lot. It makes it hard when they're written and they're cherry picked like this. It makes it hard to get a flow to read them, if that makes sense. We're almost done with this complaint, though. My gut is telling me this is all about taking the pills and nothing about wanting me right now. So you're not taking them? I'm obviously still doing it, but I'm suspicious of your intentions for the future. Of course I am. I promised you, Greggy. Obviously? How is that obvious? Because I promised you that I would take them. You've said that before, and you threatened not to. I am going to. I'm just saying that you're acting obsessed with me taking these pills and not with me as a person, Greggy Poo. Don't have me come over and pretend to like me. That would make it so much harder. Okay, so you're not coming you're not coming over? I have to be at my appointment at 7:30 tomorrow, 45 minutes away. I'll be working and taking care of everything that is built up at the house. I've been MIA basically with that virus. If I am taking off Monday, I have to get a lot done. So to answer your question, I'm spending time with you tonight. And I've already said why the sense of urgency. We need to handle this. And it didn't get handled last week. I'm not going more time than necessary. You said you wanted to do it, so let's get it done. Fine. I'm working as well. So you don't want to spend the night together between now and then? Oh my God. So now the issue is that you have to spend the night with me and what? Fuck me, lay in bed, whisper sweet nothings into my ear if you want me to take this abortion pill? Fuck out of here. I don't know right now. I'm more worried about taking care of all of my responsibilities that are piling up. I completely understand that, but you can't do that while you're asleep. I'm worried I will see you tonight, take the pills, and then never hear from you again. You don't need to spend time with me out of obligation if you don't want to. Do what while you're asleep? We were going to take them before. This is damaging and has been and will continue to be, and it's gone on for far too long. I am taking the pills tonight. I told you, stop acting like that. I'm exhausted. I am stressed. I haven't taken care of anything except worry about this. Then do something about it. Is it in your control? You have allowed this to go on, to become unhealthy, to cause arrest and anxiety on both of us. I told you what I'm doing. And only ask me to do this if you want me, not just an abortion. I was mad yesterday and impulsive. I wouldn't ask you for child support. So just make sure that I am what you want and you're not just pitying me. And I will do it. I have. And I vocalize this to you. Oh, this is just so much. Legendary. Hey. Oh my goodness. This is a mess. This is a mess. And again, he doesn't have to be a great guy. And I'm not saying he's not a great guy. I'm just saying, like, if you're reading the messages and like, I don't like how he's acting, he doesn't have to be a great guy anyway. Laura, it was Laura's choice. And I truly don't understand how this was entertained in court. Oh my God. Hold on. I have to stretch my life. Oh, this is a lot, but her exhibits are disgusting. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Jeez, it's like making my throat hurt. Text messages from Laura expressing her expectations for the relationship if we were to have an abortion, and his responses. What the fuck does that matter? I have a lot of expectations. Do you know how many times my expectations are met? Come on, girl. Okay. So here's a rest. Okay. Statement of facts. Greg was steadfast in his viewpoint that the pregnancy be terminated immediately because he did not want a bastard child and said he would have no involvement in its life nor pay child support. Again, how is that? He doesn't have to be in the child's life. That's his choice. And whether or not he pays child support isn't his choice unless he gave up the rights. Laura did not wish to give up the pregnancy from a spiritual or moral standpoint and planned to proceed with it, even if she was doing it alone. She said she wanted to get rid of it how many times in her own exhibits? Greg's false promises included comments regarding a great opportunity for them to work towards eventual marriage and to have a child the right way in the future. Laura indicated to Greg that she did not expect him to be involved in the rearing and support of his child and did not need to speak with her again if that is what he desired. Greg refused and instead indicated that he wanted a relationship, but he refused to see her or contribute to the relationship until Laura had terminated the pregnancy. Despite Arizona's 5-week pregnancy limit in order to terminate a pregnancy, Greg found this unacceptable and coerced Laura into obtaining abortion pills using an unorthodox method. Although Laura was reluctant to administer the pills because she felt that she was financially, emotionally, and physically able to create an environment where the child would thrive, Greg was insistent that she proceed immediately so that they could move on with their future. And she could have easily said, fuck off, right? On July 28th, 2021, at around 10 p.m., Laura administered the first pill while over the phone with Greg. During that conversation, Laura reiterated that she did not expect him to participate in the child rearing and support if she were to make the decision to continue her pregnancy. Greg pleaded with her and said she needed to believe him. On July 29th, Laura administered the second pill incorrectly. After receiving instructions on how to properly administer the second pill, Laura attempted to contact Greg to administer the second pill over the phone with him, but he was unreachable. Once Laura finally reached Greg on July 31st, Greg scolded her for waiting to administer the second pill. On July 31st, Laura correctly administered the second pill after Greg's persistent insistence that it must be done. However, the termination did not pass as it should. It always doesn't work out, right? On August 1st, On August 1st, Laura discovered from her doctor that it was a failed abortion and that the development of the fetus may not have stopped, but it was uncertain. After attempting to contact Greg during this time, Laura discovered that Greg had blocked her from all forms of traditional communication. Upon discovery of the failed abortion, Greg panicked and attempted to persuade Laura not only that he had not blocked her from communication, but also that he wanted to stay with her if she followed through with the termination. At that point, Laura indicated that she would let God decide what happened to the fetus at that point, regardless of whether she ended up passing it or not. Greg indicated that he did not want our bastard child, while also promising that he would attend a wedding with Laura, wanting to start a family with her and wanting to be introduced to Laura's father, who was suffering from many medical issues once the pregnancy was terminated. Greg also indicated that Laura needed to stop playing games with him and that if she wanted a relationship with him, she needed to follow through with the termination. Laura explained that the decision to end a human life was much more serious than any decision she had made before, and that she would have to live with it and the consequences for the rest of her life. On August 4th, in text messages sent between Laura and Greg, Greg indicated that he wanted to continue the relationship if we take care of it this week and try for this weekend, and that he promises to support her after this, and they can begin their relationship in exchange for terminating the pregnancy. See exhibit number here. But you didn't put the number there. You just left it number here. Okay. Relying on these representations, Laura was convinced that Greg's intentions were pure. When the time came for Laura to administer her termination pills again, she hesitated and contacted Greg. Greg used verbally and emotionally abusive manipulations, even threatening to call the police if she hesitated in terminating the pregnancy. See exhibit number here. How would that conversation go? Just curious. Like asking for a friend. If you don't swallow that fucking pill, I'm calling 911. Oh, okay. Like, what does that mean? Go ahead. Like, what were you scared of? Like, yo, this crazy chick that I'm dating, I'm telling her to take these pills. She's not taking the pills. I'd like to have her arrested. Like, what kind of threat is that? It means nothing. Right. It's like taking a drug dealer to court for giving you oregano instead of marijuana. Like, it means nothing. I guess I'm getting really mad because the fact that this was entertained in court. On August 5th, Laura went to Greg's house where she anticipated he would be there to support her in her emotionally distraught condition due to taking the termination pill on the previous day. Isn't that a nice way to slide in, like that I showed up to his house? Right? Yeah, I went there because I wanted to make sure he was okay. Like, okay. Instead, Greg's behavior was extremely cold and bizarre, as he was telling Laura that she was toying with him and that he could not relax in their relationship until the abortion was done. He further questioned and criticized every action Laura made that night, including making Laura show Greg that she was properly administering the second pill by showing the inside of her cheek. No! Making Laura show Greg the inside of her cheek because he did not believe that she was taking the pill. Well, did her cheek take the pill? It was, like, what happened to that pill? Like, I thought these were oral pills. Like, did she lift a leg? Like, did she lift a leg and pull a cheek? Like, what happened? I'm pretty fucking sure that no wonder you. Well, yeah, she's messing it up, Harley, because they're oral. They're oral pills. Again, they do not let you leave with that first pill because then anybody could be leaving the office with pills and administering it to someone else. You know what I mean? So they only let you go with the second pill. But I thought it was oral. I had no idea she had to lift a leg. She had to go doggy style with that leg up, pull the cheek. How big was this pill? What, now that we know she wasn't pregnant, what fucking pill did she put there? Like, was it a Flintstone gummy? What did she use? I need to know, but I don't want to know, but I have to know type of thing. I'm so confused. Oh my God. This is so crazy. This is just so crazy. No, cheek. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we're talking about cheek, not mouth cheek. Okay. Wait, which cheek? Hold on. Now I'm starting to get really fucking confused. Did we not already establish before this was a vaginal pill? So when I'm saying cheek, I'm thinking leg and cheek pulled. She said it was vaginal. I thought she meant like pulling her lip cheek. Like, I can't. Like, I thought she meant like proving, like, hello. You have to make sure it's in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but she said before this was. I can't. I'm just digging myself in this hole. That's my point, though, Harlot. She said that they did. And that's why I said I think it was just oral. Like, I've never heard of like popping it in there. I've heard of like if you maybe miscarried and cleaning it out, there's like a pill or medication you could put there to help finish the process, but not an abortion pill is usually oral. But she's trying to say it was vaginal. So yeah, when she mentions lifting a cheek, the inside of her cheek, I thought, yeah, that cheek. Like, who fucking knows? Before, I swear, when I go back, I will find it. You guys were here. Someone confirm that I read something that said it was a vaginal pill. Because I said, what? It's usually oral, right? Someone confirm I'm not going crazy here. I didn't just pull that out of nowhere. Crazy. I'm waiting. Okay, thank you, Julie. I'm waiting for people to back me up here. I know I read it. Thank you. Well, I have no idea. I'm just saying, this is why I thought that cheek. Who knows, though? Yeah, I read somewhere she administered it vaginally, and that was why I didn't understand. I thought it was an oral medication. well, that's why I was saying I was laughing so hard thinking about, well, if she had to pull a cheek, what did she put there, because she wasn't really pregnant. Was it a Flintstone gummy? Like, was it a Tylenol? What did she put in her cheek? Wait. Ow. Wait. When she said, and that's what it was, Kelly, she claimed she administered it vaginally, which was incorrectly, but did she mean like, oh shit, it wasn't supposed to go up my hoo-ha? Because I just thought she meant like incorrectly. I don't know. I don't know. See, and that's why I didn't know if they could. I'm familiar with it being oral. I don't know though if you can take it vaginally. So there very well could be a chance that you can. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. All right. God, if anyone ever sees my Google history. Are abortion pills administered vaginally? All the men in here, I'm so sorry, guys. Yes, the second medication in a medical abortion, misoprostol, can be administered vaginally, while mifepristone, I don't know, is taken orally. Misoprostol can be taken in several ways, including vaginally, buccally between the cheek and gums, or sublingually. Okay, I had the wrong cheek. I'm sorry. I did have the wrong cheek. I did have the wrong cheek. All right, good to know. Listen, that's why we deep dive. We do the research. I was thinking the wrong cheek, but let me tell you, it was funny as fuck imagining her pull open a booty cheek. Okay. In my head, it was funny. It was funny, but I had the wrong cheek. All right. You never know with Laura. Yeah, I think we dove a little too deep with that one. He made me pull my cheek and show him. She was not supposed to swallow them, even though she's good at swallowing. Exactly. Jesus. Either way, I know that they don't let you leave with that first pill. They let you leave with the second pill. You take that first one in office, and then you administer the second one yourself the next day. Oh gosh. Okay. So, to make sure Laura was properly administering that second pill by showing the inside of her cheek, he did not believe that she was taking the pill. So Greg's actions were clear that he cared more about wanting to make sure the abortion was done than he did about wanting a future with Laura. Who knew you could go to fucking court for this? Greg acted disgusted and disrespectful and refused to provide any verbal, emotional, or physical comfort to Laura during this traumatic process until he was convinced that the pregnancy was terminated, causing Laura to leave his house at 1 a.m. Can you imagine, like, hey, I don't feel loved and comforted by you? I full on thought like like leg up, like one solo leg up on the toilet, like, and like a little lifteroo, like, I swear it's in there. That's what went through my head. Okay. Now I guess she just fish hooked her mouth and was like, oh, it's in there, which makes a little bit more sense now that I think of it. I thought she used cheek to be like, clean in the complaint, but I was wrong. Okay. So by that point, Laura had already administered the second pill in Greg's presence. On August 6th, Laura again discovered that Greg blocked her from all forms of traditional communication and social media. Laura is physically, emotionally, and psychologically distraught to have to go through the tedious and traumatic process of terminating a pregnancy for the sake of a relationship with Greg, whom had no intention of having one, but used the false promises and abuse to manipulate Laura into believing he did. Greg continued to call Laura names, including psychopath, and criticized her participation in Apple podcasts Nobody Told Me as a joke. Greg also threatened to go public with Laura's abortion, knowing that Laura would lose respect as an advocate for domestic violence and victims' rights, and insisted on recording their phone conversations so that he could repeatedly say that Laura murdered his child. Simply put, Greg did not want a child to be burned under any circumstances and was willing to say or do whatever it took to get Laura to terminate the pregnancy without consideration for the fetus or Laura. Plaintiff Laura is suffering from a complete state of shock, depression, and guilt over a needless decision that she made for the sake of Greg's empty promises. That's a you problem. Seriously, like, that's a you problem. If you wanted, like, you think you're the first girl to believe all the promises a guy has made you, but that wasn't the case in this situation anyway. Dads, be good to your daughters so they don't take out their daddy issues on every man who goes near them. It seems that Ella's dad had a favorite daughter. It's so interesting that she leaves out the failed abortion, 5 ultrasounds, and vanishing twin. These exhibits are a mess. Now, it makes sense because she was pro se, but look at these. Like, these are rule of completion number 1, which means you really need to include full context. Now, if both parties agree, that's different, like for the sake of court time and stuff. But these are very cherry-picked messages, and they're very repetitive, and they're very all over the place. Finally get back to the timeline. Okay. So August 6th, Greg again blocks Laura's phone number, email addresses, and social media. August 11th, she files the lawsuit against Greg alleging abortion, coercion, domestic violence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. We just read that complaint. August 12th, Greg files an order of protection against Laura, alleging Laura tried to get him fired in retaliation for ending their situationship. August 13th to 14th, Laura Owen sends multiple harassing emails to Greg. Oh, shit. All right. Let's go through these. I'll probably stop after because there's 13 pages of this. But, oh my God, this is so... I've never seen anything like this. This is just crazy to me. Laura, Friday, August 13th, 2021. How do I get you? Go away on this side. I want it bigger. That's what she said. Hi, from Laura. Hi. Subject, charges going forward. Hold on. Uses that as a subject line. Sorry. Who uses that as a subject line? Your imminent arrest, charges going forward. That's, like, I guess it's accurate to the subject matter, but like, who does that? Charges going forward. Hi. I wanted to ask you one last time if you wanted to keep all of the promises that you have made me. And if so, I will voluntarily dismiss all charges and agree not to file anything again, regardless of the outcome. At any point during this process, you could have said, whoa, that's too much to ask. I'm out. You didn't take that opportunity, though. You kept telling me you would keep your word, and then afterwards made horrible statements to me about how I was crazy for wanting what you told me you wanted. The key here is that you waited until after I took the pills when you had every opportunity to tell me your real feelings during the process. Our relationship was not under normal circumstances whatsoever. It wasn't like we just dated and I asked you to be together with huge expectations when you weren't ready. That would definitely not constitute a lawsuit. In our case, though, we created human life that I wanted to carry to term, and you manipulated me into not doing that. I set very high expectations because I wanted to know that you weren't going to leave. You knew exactly the impact that an abortion would have on me. You brought this on yourself. At this point, I need to know that I proceeded with this for a reason. As of this morning, I am still pregnant with a single baby. Oh my God. As of this morning, I am still pregnant with a single baby, not two, and I will not terminate it unless you keep to your word. I have wanted to and still want to go out with you because I want to believe that you meant what you told me so many times and that I didn't make this decision because of empty promises and empty pressure from you. If not, I have been advised to file criminal charges against you for fraud, where I can easily establish my case. Pause. You're saying you're still pregnant. Wait a second. You're saying you're still pregnant. So you lost the one facial deformed baby. And again, I'm that sounds harsh, but the baby didn't exist, so I don't care. But you're still pregnant with the viable one. So what exactly? Yeah, who's coercing who? Like, what's going on here? This is blackmail for sure. The elements needed for this charge are to establish misrepresentation of fact by someone who knows the presented fact is false. In addition, that person should rely on the misrepresentation to cause injury or losses to someone else. It's a class 2 felony that carries probation to 1 year in jail or a prison sentence. I don't want to go that route at all, but I will if things are as they appear to be right now, and that you wanted me to get an abortion at all costs, knowing the impact it would have on me. I don't want to spend another minute on this because I know neither of us have the time, but I absolutely will if needed. All I want is what you told me you wanted if I got an abortion, a real, genuine relationship where we even thought we have no idea if it works out in the end or not. But we really try. Let me know what you want. And if not, I don't have any moral issues proceeding with this on a civil and criminal level. You can text or call me whenever you'd like. Yeah, because that is something I would feel totally comfortable doing, right? After you blocked her on all communication sites, and then all of a sudden she's emailing you after filing in court. Yeah, just give me a call. Just text her. No. Like, and how are you claiming abortion and coercion when you're claiming you still have a viable pregnancy? Total lunatic. Okay, August 13th, the same day. Fuck! 15 minutes later. Wait, no, it's the same one. What? Oh, she sent it again. 15 minutes later. Then August 15th. Update. Hi. The process server has tried to serve you twice and said you were home on both occasions, but chose to not answer the door. Greggy Poo, he took photos both times. He's an officer of the court, Greggy Poo, and if you don't answer on his third attempt, we will have to go to the court to get an order to post the proof of service on your door. Doesn't look good for you to the court when you know these documents are coming, but you are choosing not to receive them. I think I have found representation for the case, and I'm waiting to make a decision until or if I hear back from you. Joe Cotchett is an attorney in California who is also licensed to practice federally and across state lines. Full disclosure, he's a close family friend who said I should have filed for more money and additional charges. I have not told my family that I spoke with him. He has known me since I was a wee little lass, knows my character, and completely believes me when I say that you are the only person I slept with since my ex and I broke up in early February of last year. Here are the notes I took. I sent him our entire text history directly from AT&T records, including my many texts to you. He said that my communication to you was completely valid given the situation and that I gave you several opportunities to bow out of the situation without consequences, so long as I was able to continue with the pregnancy. He agreed that you were trying to trap me by not answering the door and taking a photo of me checking on you when you said you had COVID, and I was concerned for your well-being, Greggy Poo. He said that you were dating someone then or even now, and that is further testament to the fact that you did not intend to keep your promises and that it looks very bad for you. He also said that my texts after the medical abortion were not harassment, given your promises to me, and that any reasonable person would have reacted the same way. I'm sorry. What? No, she did not. I hope so. Yeah, Joe Cotchett, witness for the prosecution. I'm sorry, I'm adding the Greggy Poo because that's how in my mind I imagine like her, like she's threatening him all while at the same time, like my Greggy Poo, you know, that's how I imagine it. So that's just my addition. Yeah, without consequences, you're going to jail. Like what? Okay, so where was I? He said that my texts after the medical abortion were not harassment, given your promises to me, and that any reasonable person would have reacted the same way. He said, regardless of if I was the one who took the pills or not, your behavior was manipulation. He is also one of my dad's closest friends and did not appreciate that when I poured my heart out to you about his medical issues and me wanting you to meet him if you were serious, you said that you understood. That was not okay if those weren't your intentions. My hesitancy in hiring him is that he would want to talk about this to the media because he thinks it would be a landmark case. You aren't the first guy to coerce a girl into an abortion, and he thinks there should be legal consequences for men who do that to prevent it from happening. I have attached notes from my visit with One Medical on Friday confirming my pregnancy with likely defects. I asked them for a note for your sake that I could also use in evidence if we keep going this way. Your behavior on the call we had on July 16th with the nurse practitioner was also noted, and she would testify on my behalf. Oh, I look forward greatly to that. Here are more texts with me telling you I did not want an abortion if it weren't for you and my expectations. Linked to the iCloud. I have many people who will testify about my character, including men I have dated. And how the anxiety I showed in text messages was very unlike me and clearly as a result of extreme stress. Please, let me know if you read any of my emails and if you thought more about whether or not you want to keep your promise. Your lack of response looks even more favorable to my side since it shows that you did not intend to keep your word. This isn't about me being bitter about a regular relationship and you ghosting. It's about me being destroyed that you had me get an abortion under totally false pretenses, and now I can't undo the damage. I have not asked you for a commitment to marriage. I have asked for you to give it a real shot like you claimed you wanted and drop this for good, waiving my rights to try this again. You can call, email, or text me, or I will continue with this, which is the last thing I want to do. Laura. That's real. Like, oh my God, my throat's really like too much Laura. Oh my God. This is real. My mind's blown. He didn't want it at all. He was trying to get rid of her. Yeah, it's a landmark case. He said I was totally reasonable. He went through all 895,600 emails, and he said I was totally valid. And you're a bad man. You're a very bad man. Okay, but you still want to date him? Oh God. One Medical. your pregnancy, because that's how you always get little statements written up from your medical providers, right? Your pregnancy. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Hi, Laura. Wait, because that doesn't look janky at all or nothing. Hi, Laura. Thank you for coming in today. Based on your physical examination and reviewing your test results, urine, and ultrasounds, both from in our office and with outside providers, we can confirm that your pregnancy is viable and consistent with the date you provided of intercourse on June 30th or July 1st. A fetal heartbeat was detected. Since you took medical abortion pills, injury to the fetus is unlikely, but the extent of the damage is unknown at this point. Please seek care from an obstetrician going forward. I have followed up with Julie Echard, NP, regarding the call she had with you and the father of the child on July 16th. She noted that he had come. Oh God, She noted that he came off as a potential domestic abuser and remarked on his seemingly controlling and dominating behavior. She said that she was concerned for your well-being and is happy to testify on your behalf. Please let me know if you require any additional information for your legal case. Best of luck. Yo, I could tell you 100% that is not legit. That is not, I could not even get through that because that is, your provider is not going to get involved like that. And when I say that, I'm not saying that if they suspect that there could be potential abuse, that they won't help you. That's not what I'm saying. They would never just compile a message like this in your little My Chart inbox. That is not how it works. And they don't just willingly offer up, yep, nope, I'll testify you. They would be called as an expert. Like there's a whole process of how it goes. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. And I cannot wait for her to get buried at trial. I cannot wait. This is absolutely nuts. Who does that? Who does this? They would not just sit there and say, well, hey, because that is dangerous. You can't just say, I suspect domestic violence. Like you can't just do that. Yeah, there's so much liability in that. And they don't just get to sit there and offer themselves up as a witness. That's just not how it works. Dude. Right. Yeah, they don't just say, hey, let me know what's going on with your legal case. I'll come right on in. Like, no. Oh my gosh. All right. I think I'm going to read one more and then my throat's like closing up. I'm starting to struggle. We'll continue tomorrow night. Okay. Laura, August 20th. Pregnancy update. Hi, Greg. I don't know if you've gotten my 898 emails, but like the court said, I've needed to make every effort to contact you before filing for alternative service, which it should be approved today. No. It is counsel's job to serve the respondent. And there is a protocol of how you serve someone. And there are alternative methods, yes, of how you go about if you can't do it for the conventional way. But they're not going to say, hey, just keep trying to reach out to the respondent, that you are also saying at the same time that he's coercing you, blackmailing you, violent with you, all of these things. And there's no way. As someone who formerly worked for an obstetrician in gynecology and currently with medical professions, any signs of her abuse is to be reported to the authority. I'm struggling to talk, guys. She is so full of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, I just want to let you know that I just got back from the obstetricians and I am indeed pregnant with a baby that has grown. It didn't grow by much, which isn't a great thing in terms of how healthy he or she will be, but the fact that there was growth at all means that this is still viable. The doctor said that she would be very surprised if there wasn't some sort of deformity or abnormality considering the abortion pills. It's a lot to take on, but I feel morally obligated to continue with the pregnancy if my promise to you to terminate it for your beliefs is no longer valid. I would feel guilty for doing that if God wants the baby to be born. Considering that I haven't heard from you at all about keeping your promises to me, I'm going to presume you just selfishly made up whatever you could do to get me to take the pills with no intention of keeping your word. That has left me absolutely devastated and will more than likely mean a more difficult life for our baby. To be honest, I'm actually really surprised and stunned that it didn't work. I expected to go today and be told that the abortion was successful, but you know that whether or not the pregnancy was still active doesn't have anything to do with why I have filed for this. Regardless of my results today, I still would have felt the same. You manipulated me into taking abortion pills to get your way, even though you didn't plan to keep your promises at all. Given today and the challenges that I'm guessing we would experience over the next 18 years and beyond, I wanted to ask you, the next 18 years and beyond, I wanted to ask you one more time if you wanted to date. If that were the case, I would also keep my promise to you and not have the child. Dude, how is she able to get away with this? So you coerced me into fucking having an abortion. I am still indeed pregnant, but I started litigation against you. But I am offering one more time. If you want to date, I will follow through with this fucking abortion. Are you out of your mind? I think I'm going to get livid when I get more into the court documents, because how the fuck that ever was allowed is beyond me. When you use abortion as leverage to trap yourself a boyfriend, you obviously don't feel morally obligated to have the damn baby. I just don't understand how she already filed litigation at this point, yet you're still pregnant and you're still offering, hey, if you are willing to date me, I will still abort. But he coerced you? If that were the case, I would also keep my promise to you and not have the child. I obviously would drop the lawsuit. I would not feel as guilty doing the surgical abortion if I knew it were actually because of a joint decision made with good intentions. It might seem ridiculous that I would even consider dating after this legal ordeal, but you know that what you did with lying and ghosting on me was completely inexcusable. And like I've said, I would have never pursued this if it weren't for the fact that I was absolutely positive that the child was yours. Today really changed everything because I realized that this is going to change my life dramatically. And even if you don't want any sort of custody, I would definitely file for child support, especially since whatever the abortion pills cause would mean more money in medical expenses. Unlike you did with me, you can't ghost the lawsuit or financial responsibilities for a baby. The government will garnish your wages if you don't pay it. So at least I wouldn't be accountable for everything. I will have to contact your family for a DNA test soon so that I can file for prenatal child support. I am so upset. You can text me if you change your mind on what you want to do. Laura, yo, this trial is going to be fucking insane. You got to wonder what her childhood was like to produce such a fucked up gaslighting bitch like her. Dude, it's so, I guess, like, I don't know why it's blowing, like, I don't want to say it's blowing my mind a little bit more than Tisha. Like, I think it's blowing it in a different way. That sounded weird, but like, my mind is like blown in a different way. I guess because at least with Tisha, I had already accepted before I dived into it, like that she's a killer, right? She's a child killer. You kind of already put her at a certain level in your mind. And so after that, everything like it, you kind of accept. But with Laura, I'm like, oh, honestly, she would become Tisha. Thank God she was caught, because people like this are only going to escalate and escalate and escalate. Prenatal child support isn't a thing in Arizona. How could you possibly, like, that makes no sense to me. But, and again, I don't know all of the court outcomes with Greg. I'm going through this in real time with you guys. I'm learning about Greg's stuff in real time with you guys. But I'm going to be livid because it is so apparent what's going on here. Could you imagine, like, and I guess it's just so mind-blowing because she wasn't pregnant. It doesn't seem like she ever really tried to get pregnant to trap a guy, but she knows, well, shit, this isn't going in the direction I want. I filed, so I'm still going to offer, I will have this abortion, right? Because she's not really pregnant. I will have this abortion if we date and actually agree to, what was she like? What is she planning on doing? Law and Crime will be putting a video about tonight. And oh, I saw that they did an interview with like Mike, right? I've never heard of a prenatal child support case. Let me look it up. Well, yeah, Samantha, like what I'd be concerned about is if she continued to escalate, and she was, she's the type who would cut a baby out of another woman, 100%. Like, she is dangerous. She is a dangerous person. Prenatal child support cases. Prenatal child support is a developing concept where states require fathers to help cover pregnancy costs, though it is not standard practice. Currently, some states have passed or are considering legislation to require biological parents to share in the cost of prenatal care, such as medical expenses and insurance premiums. For instance, Utah passed a bill in 2021 to split the costs of a mother's prenatal expenses, and several federal bills have not been introduced to make this nationwide possibility. Okay. I don't know. I have some contradicting feelings myself on these types of situations, and I don't feel like I land into one category, but I'm a big advocate on respect needs to be shown both ways. And when I say that, the same way that as the woman, it's your body, it's your choice, I think respect needs to be shown the other way, because the father is still the child, like the child's parent, and they are, I do not like when you want to say you're 50% responsible, which I'm not arguing that they are, but you're 50% responsible and you're on the hook for this, and that, but I also will not allow you to be 50% of the decision making. Yeah, and I feel this way with many different things. You can't really pick and choose and cherry pick like her exhibits when you want it to work for your benefit or not. You know, like it's either all or nothing. And I think it's a two-way street with respect, in the same way that a woman has the right to make these decisions, and it's her body, and that needs to be respected. The man still should be respected as the parent too, because like I said before, even Greg, if he believed she was pregnant and you are going through the taunting him of, I took the pill's not working, now the babies are deformed, that's very fucked up. And to act as if it wasn't having any emotional response on him, that's not fair. Like, it may not have been physically his body going through, but he still went through the emotional roller coaster of believing this. And I don't like to minimize that either. But all right, I'm going to pause it there. There's so many more we have to go through, but I can't even get my words out anymore. Like, I'm still getting over being sick. I have been sick for 3 weeks now. My spun has been sick for over a month now. And I don't know if it's like a secondary sickness hit, but never fully recovered from the first one. I know you guys knew I was sick, like, but I still can't, like, I don't know, my throat, congestion, cough. I don't know if about any of you guys who are struggling with that, but it sucks. And I know it's the season changing and stuff, but like, it's hard to read for 2 hours. But I hope you all pull a cheek tonight. I hope you all pull a cheek tonight. I know Allie is about to go live shortly, so please go over because she is covering a case that it's a crazy case where the girl was pregnant 2 weeks away from her due date, goes missing. They find her, but her baby is missing. Don't have all of the details, but the family, it is some weird dynamics over there. There's a lot of arrests happening. So please definitely go check out Allie's coverage and hang out over there with us. I dropped the link. Why isn't Nightbot doing my link? And then we'll be on. I'm going to try to come on again tomorrow and we'll continue with these. Why isn't my Allie link dropping? Oh, and then we will be doing Patreon this week too. And we will be doing our conspiracy live. Here is, they were arrested for the murder. Okay, see, we didn't know what they were being arraigned for. Oh, Tess, that's so messed up. It's crazy. I think a man should be forced to pay for child-related costs. Yeah, absolutely. But if she doesn't get a choice, he should have to pay either way also. But if she doesn't get a choice, he should have to pay. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm not against. He should be responsible. 100%. Bible lady, it's right here. It's right here, hon. Nightbot, I'll drop it again. Absolutely. And if he wants to give up his paternal rights and have nothing to do, yeah, that's his choice too. But I don't know how I feel about prenatal child support. If anything, after the child is born, can you go back for like maybe arrears and split whatever provable cost there is, and it's proven that it's that man's child? Okay, maybe I could get along with that. But I do not think that you should be able to be pregnant and get child support starting from that point. No, I think if anything, it should date back once the child is born. Probably Thursday, KV. I think we're going to be doing our next two conspiracy lives are the USS Elridge Philadelphia experiment and Bohemian Grove. And I'm very excited for both. Yeah, it's not so much having a problem with prenatal child support. I just think it should, because I see so many issues with starting those petitions and being in situations like this where, okay, when is a paternity established? Yeah, like you have to assume paternity is proven. I think it would make more sense once the child is born to backdate the costs and money can be owed in arrearages for whatever money was spent during the prenatal care. Yeah, like that's the problem to me. I see a lot of gray area, but it's new. And so there's going to be a lot of obstacles to have to go through. But all right, I will see you guys over on Allie's, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. So have a great night. Lift the cheek, and I will talk to you all soon.